In your headlines, TCI government and Carnival Corporation signs contract. Marines trained by Fortis TCI, and an update on the latest shooting incident. Hello Turks and Caicos, welcome to News Watch. I'm Latoya Walker, your anchor for Wednesday's newscast. Let's get right into it. Following several meetings, the Turks and Caicos Islands government and Carnival Corporation signed a development agreement on Wednesday, October 13th. Details in this leading story.
Thank you all for being here. Today is historic in that it marks an opportunity when the Carnival will be returning to the Turks and Caicos Islands, specifically Grand Turk. We started negotiating an extension or amendment to our existing development agreement back in May. This will see an additional $25 million invested into the ports. We'll see the advent of larger ships. It will have an impact on the overall economy. We've waited for this for nearly since March 2020. And this is a great opportunity now to sign this extension, this development agreement, so that we can move on to undertake the works that's necessary for Carnival to come back to Turks and Caicos.
The Premier thanking all stakeholders for the role they played in reaching yet another milestone, noted that it took some 11 meetings to close the deal.
That said, I want to thank you, Mr. Dior and David, His Excellency, Deputy Premier, and the Attorney General, Chambers, and all of the support in Chambers, particularly Ms. Yama Courtney, and everyone who's worked tirelessly. We've had 11 meetings since May to make this happen. I think it's a huge improvement on what we've had before. It speaks to the value of the partnership between Turks and Caicos Islands government and Carnival. We look to have a long and fruitful relationship going forward.
Carnival representative expressed that stemming from a partnership of 20 years, the future is very much promising for residents of the Turks and Caicos Islands.
Indeed, Premier, as you have stated, we met 11 times, and many times in person. You were in every meeting, and so were some of the members of cabinet, the attorney generals, and we worked on something that we will all be proud of for many years to come. We had a long partnership of 20 years. And this partnership just is getting better, new horizon, new opportunities. And when I look at this magazine, that was the magazine we issued when the port was opened, we expected that the biggest ship will bring 1,800 passengers. That's a picture of that ship. Within 90 days from today, we may be expecting ships that can carry 3 times the number of passengers of that ship, and that's part of the investment. But I really want to, with your permission, to thank our employees at the port. We have had employees here who stayed for the last 2 years working hard to maintain the port. Members of management that are here with us as well, Desmond Hall and Michelle. But I also want to thank the community of Grand Port. We are part of the community. We have been welcomed as part of this community. The community has embraced us, and we embrace the community, the business community. And we need to look at this as a partnership. And I want to thank anybody who lives here in Grand Turk, for the partnership in the past and the partnership in the future, that we can all benefit and work together for many years to come. Thank you.
A quick break, but don't go anywhere. We're right back with more News Watch.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Welcome back to Newswatch. In this next story, Newswatch brings to you the latest out of that shooting at the Manga Reef restaurant that left 1 man injured. Here are the details.
Newswatch now learns that the man who was shot and robbed early Tuesday afternoon in the Manga Reef parking lot is being treated in hospital and has been listed as stable. PTV has been informed that the Filipino employee is a chef at the restaurant and was in the establishment's parking lot when he was approached, shot, and robbed of his vehicle. Police is appealing to anyone who was in the vicinity at the time to come forward with any information they may have. However, Newswatch has been told that the restaurant is equipped with a surveillance system, though there has been no word as to whether those cameras were positioned in the area of the incident. The restaurant closed its doors for the remainder of the day on Tuesday, however, is back open to serve its patrons. Anyone with information is asked to call 911 or Crime Stoppers to submit tips anonymously.
30 Marines are now fully trained by Fortis TCI's Environmental Health and Safety Department. The details in this next story.
30 Marines are now fully trained by Fortis TCI's Environmental Health and Safety Department. The reserve Marines from both Providenciales and Grand Turk were trained by Marcus Francis, the Environmental Health and Safety Manager, as well as by the Senior Environmental Health and Safety Officer Ricardo Pardo and Senior Environmental Health and Safety Coordinator Eustace Musgrove. In total, 4 senior officers and 30 Marines of the TCI Regiment were trained on hazard management with a focus on hazard identification, hierarchy of control, apply and control, pre-storm briefing, and incident reporting. The sessions also covered post-disaster hazards and how to address electrical hazards in the field. This training is part of the ongoing training that the Marines have been a part of over the past several weeks. Since passing out and officially becoming Reserve Marines on July 31st, the men and women who make up the country's first military unit have been undertaking intense humanitarian assistance training, physical fitness, and hurricane preparedness and rescue exercises. In September, they were also taught basic patrol skills, situational awareness, hand signals, hydration, nutrition, and many other practical skills. For PTV Newswatch, I'm Delana Isles.
We'll take a quick break now. More Newswatch when we return.
This is a reminder that all PTV service accounts are due on the first day of each month. Accounts should be brought up to date by the 28th of the month to avoid disruption in service. Payments may be made on our office at Stubbs Diamond Plaza, Providenciales, Mides Plaza, North Caicos, and Airport Road in South Caicos. Payments may also be made online using Scotiabank, CIBC First Caribbean Bank, and Royal Bank of Canada. Please allow 3 business days for online payments to be processed. We thank you for your cooperation.
Partly cloudy skies across the Turks and Caicos Islands is your weather forecast for Thursday, October 14th. Starting in the nation's capital, Grand Turk, on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 84, low 80, winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. South Caicos on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 84, low 79, winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. North and Middle Caicos on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 79. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Parrot and Pine Cove on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 79. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Anton Providenciales on Thursday, partly cloudy skies, high 85, low 79. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Time now for your sunrise and sunset. Sunrise at 6:45 a.m., sunset at 6:26 p.m. For your high tides and low tides, high tides 3:02 a.m., 3:34 p.m. Low tides 9:07 a.m., 10:04 p.m. Time now for your hurricane outlook. For the North Atlantic Caribbean Sea in the Gulf of Mexico, a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms over Hispaniola, the Turks and Caicos, the southeastern Bahamas, and adjacent Atlantic waters continue in association with a surface trough of low pressure. Development of any of this disturbance should be slow to occur during the next couple of days due to unfavorable upper-level winds. The system is forecast to drift northward through tonight, then accelerate eastward as a broad area of low pressure on Thursday. Toward the end of the week, further development is not anticipated since the disturbance will be interacting with a frontal system. Regardless, locally heavy rainfall is possible over portions of Hispaniola, the Turks and Caicos Islands, and the southeastern Bahamas during the next day or two. And that's it for your weather forecast and hurricane outlook. We'll be right back with more News Watch.
Here at People's Television, we're more than just your leading news and entertainment services. We are
spreading the gospel.
We are breaking barriers.
We are preserving the culture. Each one, teach one.
We are committed to excellence.
We're creating change.
We are creating memories.
We are the future.
I am PTV.
I am PTV. I am PTV.
I am PTV.
We are PTV.
We are continuing the legacy. We are PTV.
As Caribbean countries continue to struggle with recovery from the devastating impact of COVID-19, the Caribbean Development Bank is encouraging regional countries to tap into a U.S. $2.5 billion financing from the International Monetary Fund. Here's more.
President of the Caribbean Development Bank, Dr. Heginus Leon, has proposed that the U.S. $2.5 billion in special drawing rights available to Caribbean countries from the International Monetary Fund, that's the IMF. He suggests it be pooled to unlock more financing in the capital markets. Dr. Leon has also sounded his intention to present a proposal to Caribbean heads of government on a financial mechanism to achieve this objective. The Caribbean Development Bank is a financial institution that helps Caribbean nations finance social and economic programs in its member countries. The CDB president was at the time he made this proposal speaking at the second edition of the bank's President's Chat Forum on October 8. That forum featured special guest, Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley. He advises that combining the recent IMF allocations could be the practical and powerful collaboration needed to improve the economic position of the region. The special drawing rights is an interest-bearing international reserve asset created by the IMF. Members can use their SDR allocation to supplement or build their national reserves instead of accruing debt. In August 2021, the IMF implemented its largest general allocation to date of US $650 billion to address the global needs in the wake of the COVID-19 crisis. Dr. Leon, who worked with the IMF for more than 2 decades, says that the CDB's borrowing member countries collectively had about 1.7 billion SDRs allocated to them. This translates to the $2.5 billion US dollars. He advised that rather than each country drawing down and using its individual allocation, a more effective solution would be a combined financial instrument for the region's benefit. He suggests pooling the $2.5 billion and investing it into an equivalent reserved asset type of instrument that could be issued by the Caribbean Development Bank. He laid out how this financial instrument could then be used in turn to invigorate the capital markets and access more and better financing for the Caribbean's development needs. Prime Minister Motley has urged the CDB to advance the proposal quickly, pointing out that many countries would presently be making decisions on how they will use their IMF monetary allocation. The President's Chat is a discussion program which the CDB launched earlier this year to promote high-level dialogue on issues of regional significance between the bank's presidents and thought leaders and decision-makers. Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, Timothy Antoine, served as moderator for the most recent edition. For PTV News Watch, I am Delana Isles.
Southwest Airways experiences big blow over the holiday weekend with a cancellation of 2,000 flights. Newswatch has more in this next story.
Fortunately for the TCI, there was only one cancellation for Southwest Airlines, which was their flight into Fort Lauderdale for Sunday, October 10th. However, the company has canceled over 2,000 flights since Friday, leaving tens of thousands of travelers stranded. So what's the reason, you may ask? Well, according to the airline, weather and air traffic control glitches resulted in the grounding of a number of flights on Friday. However, the Federal Aviation Administration confirmed understaffing at an air traffic control center, weather, and military training exercises also contributed to the cancellations and delays, however, only for a few hours. According to Slate, that initial wave of cancellations, Southwest said, discombobulated their entire system by preventing aircrafts and crews from being in the right places at the right times according to their schedules, followed by a domino effect in which other flights also had to be canceled. Since then, operations are returning to normal, but to an extent. The airline only canceled 87 of its flights on Tuesday, showing improvement since Friday. To prevent this reoccurrence, the company says that it will be decreasing the number of flights it has scheduled for the fall and subsidize a reserve of employees who can be called in the event of an emergency. Southwest Airlines also on October 4th mandated a COVID-19 vaccination deadline for its employees.
That wraps up today's edition of Newswatch. Remember, you can visit our website at www.ptvatci.com or join us every weekday at 6:30 p.m. I'm Latoya Walken. Until next time.